Not too chilly is always preferred, isn't it, Matt? Really?
It depends. Cold and crisp for me rather than cloudy and mild.
If it's sunny, yeah, I agree. Thanks, Matt.
8:23 is the time now.
Will the government make good on its promise of bringing high-speed internet access to all of us by 2020?
The key company that will have to rely on to make that happen, Openreach, is warning it could risk missing the target unless it decides how it's going to do the work very soon. Ross Hawkins is in North Wales for us, where they've come up with a clever way to get people connected. Ross, I see cables behind you. Explain how they're going to achieve what many people have seen as a big problem for rural areas.
Yeah, we have cables, we have snow, we have something even more exciting than that. This was the challenge. People lived on the high side of the valley that I'm on here, but the high-speed fibre optic network was down there, over a river, over some thickly wooded areas. So what did they do? Well, they came up with a solution, and the solution is this drone. Now, believe it or not, attached to the bottom of that, as it takes off there, is actually some fishing line. They use the fishing line to fly out there over the valley. They then managed to drop the fishing line down, and they use that to drag across, if you can believe it or not, the fibre optic cable, which then meant that they can have high-speed internet up here. There he goes. There goes the cable, and they could use that to drag across 12 drone pilots. They say they've trained the company Openreach behind this, and they tell me it's not a gimmick, even though the head of engineering isn't allowed to do it anymore because he scared some sheep. And the main beneficiary of this is one of the residents here, Chris Devine. What difference has it made to you, Chris, to have this decent internet access?
Tremendous difference, tremendous difference. It's brought light to the dark side.
It's brought light to the dark side. In practical terms, that means what? How long did it take to download a film before? How long does it take now?
I might wait for the afternoon for a film to come, and it's a matter of about 12 minutes now.
About 12 minutes. So a big change. Now, I know what you'll be thinking.
Blu-ray film.
A Blu-ray film, even a high-def film. You'll be thinking, well, that's all very well for rural Wales, but I don't live on the side of a valley. Why on earth is my broadband not as fast as Chris's here? Well, the man who can answer that for us is Ed Hunt from Openreach. Ed, this is very clever, very innovative, but the government wanted to force you legally to put in place decent broadband right across the country, and you are resisting their proposal, putting a counter-offer. Why don't you just accept what the government wants and what the Conservatives promised in their manifesto?
So we're not resisting it. Their plan is from 2020, people request broadband at 10 megabits per second minimum. Our offer we've made to government, however, is better. We're saying we're going to be deploying to everybody from next year if they accept our offer.
But you have made this counter-offer, in essence, to what the government promised to consumers in their manifesto. You know your industry rivals think there's a problem with your offer, which is if you fail to give people who don't have the advantage of drones whizzing past their house the sort of broadband they want, they won't be able to hold you to account. How can we trust Openreach to deliver what you say you're going to?
So far, we've delivered to 95% of the UK. That's a huge amount of effort, commitment and investment, partly funded by government, of course, and we want to go further. And we think the right thing to do is to make a generous offer to government in order to bring greater than 10 megabit broadband to absolutely everybody and start it from next year.
Ed, thank you very, very much. And who knows, a drone could be coming to help with the internet by you sometime soon. If it doesn't, you'll have Openreach to ask questions of.
Ah, of course we will. Ross, thanks very much. Fascinating.
8:27 is